Part 3 of this series shows how I unwrapped this model with the inclusion of UDIMs and UV Packer. First, you have to make sure you're in UV Editing tab. As usual, before unwrapping, you need to first identify where the seams need to be as you see me doing here. Alt-clicking an edge selects an entire edge loop. Right after an edge loop is selected, right-click, then choose Mark Seam. Seams are where the boundaries are going to be when you unwrap the model, which are indicated by a red color. Repeat this process until the necessary seams are placed all over the model. When you select a face that's surrounded by seams, pressing the L key will select all the connecting faces contained within the seams as you see here. Pressing the U key after that will pop up the Unwrap floating menu. Choose Unwrap. In the lower left-hand corner of the screen, you'll see additional options for Unwrap. In this case, angle-based produces the better unwrap result. In the UV editor, you may also select a UV vertex. Pressing the L key selects all the connecting vertices contained within the surrounding seams. Keep selecting the edges and defining seams all over the model, making sure you place them where it makes sense. Now that majority of the model has been UV unwrapped, the next step is to set up a checkered material. In the Shader Editor tab, press Shift-A and search for Checker Texture node. Connect its color output to the base color of principled BSDF. Press Ctrl-T to automatically create both the mapping and texture coordinate nodes already connected together. This can only be done when the Node Wrangler add-on is enabled in the Preferences window. Switching to Viewport Shading mode allows you to see the checker texture. This lets you know if the UV unwrap is good when you see minimal texture distortion on the squares. Also, connect the UV of texture coordinate node to vector since we are using UV information. I need to further re-unwrap the main body and figure out how to properly cut the seams to even out the sizes of the squares. I'm changing the way the seams are placed to see if unwrapping with this new placement would at least help minimize some distortion. I'll be placing the seams in the middle of the head, connecting both ends to unwrap the UVs of the head in half. And then right-click Unwrap. So this is the newly unwrapped version. Although the inside of the mouth will be mostly dark, I'll just address the unwrapping of it anyway since you see the squares are distorted. I will also unwrap the pea pods using the same steps and approach. I'm unwrapping the leaf the same way. I have two eyeball meshes which are duplicates of each other. One bigger for the outer part and another one smaller for the inner part. Both will be unwrapped the same way. The outer eyeball will be responsible for transparency and reflection, while the smaller inner eyeball will be responsible for the main eye texture. The eyeball meshes have already been unwrapped. For the next portion, I'm adding UDIM workflow and UV Packer add-on. Select the faces of the model in the edit mode. While the faces are selected, go to the Show Overlays dropdown and add UV tiles by increasing the tiles X and Y values. For now, I'm just increasing the tiles X as this is what I only need for this model. In the Material Properties tab, I'm creating a new checker texture image for both the UV tiles. Make sure the generated type is UV Grid. Name it and press New Image. In the Browse image, choose the UV check texture that has just been created. Go to the Image tab to the right. Set the source to UDIM tiles. Press the plus button to add an image slot for the UDIM tile 1002. Pressing Fill Tile allows you to quickly add either blank color, checker or colored UV grid with numbers and letters. Both UDIM tiles now have UV grids. To pack all UV islands on both UV tiles, use the free add-on UV Packer. Select all of the objects in the edit mode, set the tiles X to 2 so it would unpack all the UV islands to both UDIM tiles. Press Pack. It now arranges all UV islands across 2 UDIMs. Set the viewport shading to Material Preview to see the checkered material. If you notice, the pea pods have smaller square sizes. To resolve this, apply the transformations by pressing Ctrl+A, then select Scale to reset its scale. Select the faces again, then press Pack. Then set the padding to adjust the spaces in between UV islands. You can also check UV distortions by going to Show Overlays and checking the Display Stretch checkbox. Blue colors indicate less distortion while yellow-green color indicates more distortion. This time, I'm going to just include the eyeballs and do the pack again. Reapplying the checker texture once again shows the model now fully unwrapped. That's it for this part 3. Thanks for watching.